Am I audible, everyone? Am I audible to everyone? Hello friends. Hello my dear dosto. I'm live again, and today is another day, day 17, where I will be telling you something about ransomware. Yeah. So let's run somewhere. Basically today video is very important for you guys because you know we know about very known attack, very known malware, ransomware, where attacker install a kind of virus into a machine and encrypt the files and ask for pay ransom for that in terms of digital money. And today video will be very important if you haven't learned anything in the past, or if you're working in cybersecurity. This can be help you while working in a SOC for creating a new use case or for doing a good investigation as well. So thank you for watching this video. My name is Vikram. I'm a cybersecurity expert, and today I will be telling you about the method, techniques, and tactics. What is it, how it works, and how we can detect this, and what action we should take after the detection to prevent any other machines to be infected. Okay, so we'll be talking about WannaCry. WannaCry is a famous ransomware, yeah, that have been already infected 200,000 computers worldwide. As we can see, I'm using a website, Aniran. This all information is available, but sometimes we don't go through this website. We don't have time. We are busy in the daily schedules. We are busy in the office, at home. So I think sometime we should get some time for to watch at least this video. I will be coming with a new video. I will try to come every day, guys, but sometimes it's really become difficult for me, as after the office and to manage the family also. It's still sometimes difficult to come live, but as I had promised, I will be coming every day, right? If I will missing someday, I will be covering those days, maybe next weekend, or maybe in one day I will create two more videos to cover up on that. Yeah. So let's now discuss about the WannaCry ransomware. So WannaCry is a famous ransomware. I am sure if we are in cybersecurity, you have heard about this particular ransomware. And if we have some details on the vendor website that this particular type of the ransomware we have seen the first presence in the May 2017, and it was last seen on 8th December 2022. And basically this originated from the North Korea. So this is the details, it tells you where and when this particular attack had started, type of the ransomware had started, is it really active, is can you maybe do a hunting in your network to see if you have any traces of this kind of the ransomware infected in any of the servers or not. And I like this website, because we can see the rank also, the global rank, the week rank, and the month rank, and the IOCs associated with the particular attack. So we can see the rank, global rank is 8. I will be trying to cover up on different more attacks also, and but for this particular WannaCry, we can see this is global rank 8 under top 10. So this is a good kind of the attack we should discuss, and we should everybody know, at least who are working in cybersecurity. When the people want to come in cybersecurity, they should also be aware about this particular attack. So we have the presence where they have seen the last seen at the Rendition website, right? It doesn't mean that this attack have been seen globally. No, they are telling about the presence on their site, right? On their site, on specifically. So what is ransomware? So what ransomware? Why basically people so much afraid of the ransomware? Forget about the WannaCry or something. Understand? One ransomware is a kind of like it's a malware which basically if infected your machine, and it will try to exploit the vulnerability exist in your machine. As soon as it target the existing and vulnerability in your machine, then maybe it will drop the payload. It will try to look for the other vulnerabilities in your connected machines in the same network. For example, if somehow I got some email, and in that email there was an attachment, and I click on that attachment, I execute that attachment, and that attachment have some other malicious malware file, that is a ransomware. I might infecting that ransomware, looking for the vulnerabilities exist in my machine. They're targeting it, they're exploiting it, they're delivering the payload. And even not, it's not stopping here. After the exploitation, it is delivering the other payloads also to run a scan for other live machines, other machines who have a similar kind of vulnerability. If that particular ransomware or the dropper can also look for the other vulnerabilities which exist in other machines to target, to exploit, to compromise, to encrypt the files that exist, right? So the intention of the attacker is to deliver that ransomware malware into a machine and to encrypt the files, and encrypt the files, give a notification to admin or to the company or to the user that your files in machine are encrypted now. And if you really wanted to decrypt it, you have to pay ransomware. And the target, they ask the person that affected assets, or the company, that you have to pay this much ransomware within this particular time period. If you fail, then the ransom will be increased, then you have to pay in that particular time period. If you again fail, then they might also delete the files. They might, you will never able to decrypt your files. Maybe some companies do backup of their files, they don't worry, but they don't care, but they always wanted to monitor if any machines in the network are affected with this ransomware or not, right? So there are so many IP address IOCs, you can see it here, right? IOCs indicator of compromise. I would like to share my experience, guys. Whenever we're talking about the IOCs, right, that is basically telling you that is IOCs are telling you that machine is compromised. For example, you can see this IP addresses, you can see the hashes, you can see this domain name, yeah. But do you think, is it really IOCs? Do you think, if you can see on the Android websites, right, you find this many IOCs, right? You should, now you might be checking, okay, man, these are the IOCs I should check. I should do hunting in my company for this IP domain hashes. I'm telling you guys, with my experience, don't always rely and depend on any online sandbox platform. Okay, use your logic, use your mind, use your strength, use your skills to conclude if it is really an IOCs or not. Don't block these IP addresses also. Yeah, don't block it. Otherwise, you might be seeing that your internal communication has been stopped. You know why? Because these are the internal IP addresses. Yeah, these are the internal IP addresses. So basically, IOCs, we should treat only if IP, that if you find that presence in your network, basically that telling you, okay, this machine is compromised, the network is compromised somewhere. So you should do the checks, do the investigation, do conclude it, and then use it smartly. Okay, don't always trust on any source. I don't trust. Whenever I am doing some investigation, I even don't rely the person other than me are doing the investigation. I always rely on my investigation. So trust on yourself always. Okay, so let me just go through this basic description. So what happens, how does it work? Let me show you some. I will show you the video also on this website. This is very interesting, a video on this, like, but understand, whenever the machine is that whenever there is a infected malware, or when there is a file dropped to the machine, right, and that basically file will try to resolve to some domain name. And if they find the presence, if they're able to resolve it, then they might be start scanning other devices in the network. They start encrypting the files, and they start setting up a notification for the user. They do other also changes, which will be understand through MITRE framework as well. Yeah, so okay, so let's first understand this particular the flow of the process. So you guys, this is very easy and very important for you to understand also about the execution steps, right? So I can see some WannaCry.exe gets executed, then it call other different applications, then other applications the parent application called child and subchild, and then we can see the other subchild and subtree kind of structure. This structure is very important to understand when a particular application is executed in an operating system or a network or in a machine. What it does, what it calls, how it works, what they are calling to. Is it really something suspicious? Because you might see some legit applications are used by the non-attackers, malwares, to deliver to drop some other infected or Trojan files again. Because you should not trust always the legit and signed files. If you find some kind of attack, you're checking the hash value is clean of a particular application, it doesn't mean it is clean. You should check the activity. What is it about the activity? If you're seeing CMD doing some activity and you're checking the hash value for the CMD, it will always be clean. You should check what activity have been done through CMD, not like CMD hash. CMD is clean, man. Yeah. So let me now. So you can see this is the kind of like a sample screenshot they have shared with this on their website. Like once they file, once a machine is infected with the ransomware, they show the time frame, the time period, a countdown. Like okay, you have to pay this ransomware and this time to see if you paid the payment. Then you can trigger the files also. So you can see this pay now if you want to decrypt all your files, blah blah blah. Okay, I'm coming to the now very interesting part. Okay, that interesting part is about detection, prevention, and control. Okay, are you guys with me? I can see few viewers currently watching this video. Yeah, it's already, and I think it's too late in India. But guys, if you have any comments, if you have any questions for me, please feel free to add in the comments. I will be giving you the answer on that. So this is very interesting part. Yeah, so I'm moving to the next phase. Mitre attack matrix. Okay, how did I came to know? Because let me just close this. So let me show this video also. Let me play this video for you guys. So let understand what happens. So I will go on top. Okay, I will zoom in this. So you can see there's an operating systems. I think it's Windows XP, Windows Server. Let me play the video. Let's look at this video. Start creating process in your mind. Start assuming you if you will be an attacker or if you were being working as a in cybersecurity, then what will be your thoughts on that? How can you identify this attack in case if you got similar scenario or alert in your company? Let's see. We can see some main process created, then it's created some child process also. We can see some application executed in the temp directory, so we can see the temp is used. Then we can see some one-ADA decryptor executed, basically it encrypting the files now. And you can see there are other multiple applications executed, CMD is used. We can see there is a screenshot particularly showing the message about the encryption. There is some known applications is called CMD is used, some other known registry legit signed applications, the services are used to call by this same malware files. As soon as they deliver they do the scanning, they disable the detection preventive mechanism installed in the operating systems, we would see the message also. We can see the way it should work for the decryption, right? We can see the Bitcoin address because they're charging, they ask people to pay the ransom in a Bitcoin form. Yeah, so pay now if you want to decrypt all your files, path, and time period. Any questions? Okay, this is good. I will not be stopping here. I will be now jumping to the very interesting part. You can see the HTTP request, the connection made by the machine. We can see there is application task hsvc.exe executed, right? And we can see the connection from that particular application to this particular IP and this port number. So if I will check, let me click on this more info. Can I can see door traffic. I'm looking for something. tor.exe. Okay, so we can see here some versions, active computer name, reads computer name, check supported language. See the timeline of the activity, right? Checking the supported languages, right? So maybe they don't know which country they're targeting, and so they are first checking which language they have to show the message, right? Then they're reading the computer name. You can see they are reading it all through the registry. Yeah, HKey local machine registry systems control set. So basically they're checking in the local system registry, yeah, local machine registry. Then application was dropped and rewritten another process, that is tor.exe, right? So this particular application, which one, uh, this task hsvc.exe dropped another process or another file tor.exe, and dropped object may contain Bitcoin address, that possibly Bitcoin address, app data roaming unverified. A dropped object may contain Bitcoin address, Bitcoin address, Bitcoin address, Bitcoin address. So you can see this is dropping multiple Bitcoin addresses. Okay. Okay, cool. We can see the other process execution also, wmic pcd added.exe, wb admin.exe, vss admin.exe. These all are the legit applications, legit executables. So you might see these legit applications doing some activity, you're checking the hash value, it always become as a clean, guys, understand? These applications are always clean, always clean. You should check what basically these applications, this process are doing, what, why this is called, what is the intention to call these processes behind. Then we can see cmd registry, task dll, as you can see other executions. Okay, and let me see, modified files 34, modules, network threads 5, port numbers, IP addresses. We can see so many things here, right? Wow, very good. I wanted to see the hash value for this. Let me see. Okay, man, I will not log in now. Let me see this task. Wait. Info. %100% out of 100%. So you can see the user also. The user which is executing this application. So once you identify any machine which is compromised, then you have to find out which user belongs to it, which user is associated with it. So you have to take actions based on that, not only the machine, but also on that user account, because user account can also be used, to deliver to the target other systems also. They might be use it for the lateral movement, for doing any persistence, doing any privilege escalation. So you should look for the other activity done by this particular account as well. So let me now show you this migrate process graph. Same thing we discussed, right? Okay, let me cancel this. This one was very important, huh? Migrate. We were also covering a lot of videos on this migrate framework. We can see now the tactics and the techniques. Tactics and techniques. So we can see the mapping as per the Aniran. They find it out that there are 6 tactics and 12 techniques used. Yeah. So if we talk about system services, so basically this is telling us that this is used. System services might be they are using it to download some files, they might be using it to download to call some process, something, right? Then we can see WMI is called. And when you are checking anything such like an operating system, the best log is ADR logs. Otherwise you will never come to know. Or Windows security windows also can be used if they're capturing the parameters or the commands used to execute the process. So for example, now if I will show you WMSI, why WMSI is called. So you can see in the command line, yeah, you can see is to this application, this particular executable is called through CMD, okay. CMD is using CMD is basically deleting the shadow files to WMI, shadow copy. Okay, so they cannot recover it. User execution, so user execute this particular file. I'll show you this. So user execute this particular file. We can see which user where this particular file are available. Okay, to maintain the, this is all about the execution, right? Execution, persistence, how they will be maintain their access. So they can creating entry in the boot setup files, and they want their application to execute at the setup time. So we can say they are adding their malicious files always to start, like we can say the current user directory, Microsoft Aniran. Yeah, so they're modifying the auto run value in the registry, auto run value, for this to always execute it. Yeah, if we see this, they're also using browser extensions. Some of the malwares use the extensions installed in the browsers to install as a backdoor to maintain the access to the persistence. They can use those extensions because they're less security available in the for the browsers, and they can use the extensions to steal the user information, steal the cookies, steal the what user is doing on other websites, internet, right? On the internet, they might be calling other file downloader also in the background. Defense, maybe they will be trying to hide themselves, in some, we can say they are modifying some startup void startup folder. They made some request query to the registry to know about the operating system name, the software versions installed, the applications, to know the vulnerability what exists on that. Software discovery is again, which we can see the command executed is again for soft copy delete, shadow copy delete. Then we can see some pcd added.exe is application executable is called through CMD. Yeah, but why it is called? To stop the boot recovery, to fail the boot recovery, so you can recover your machine, right? You can go to the backdate. So they are failing it, they want you to fail when you want to recover your machine through smart mode or the safe mode. Yeah, CMD, now we can see they're again deleting some other shadow files silently. They're encrypting the files, they are showing the message. Yeah, recovery, this is the same thing we discussed. So I think today's videos was interesting for you guys, and I hope you learned something new. No comments so far, I think everything is good. Okay guys, take care, enjoy your day, and please share this video with your friends, because if you will not share with this your friends, when I saw the video and I feel that people are not watching it, not appreciating it, I feel a bit not happy. But I would request you to please share with friends. This is free learning for everyone. Okay, thank you guys. Enjoy your day, night, whatever where you are, and take care, guys. Bye bye. Good night.